Hello and welcome to our roundup of the European Parliament's plenary session here in Strasbourg. The week saw the confirmation of the new European Commission headed by President Jean-Claude Juncker. Also much discussed here and in headlines across the globe, the fight against the often deadly Ebola virus. Now the debate is over what measures Europe can take to maximize protection for its citizens. We begin our coverage, though, with the 60% plus vote to confirm the new Juncker Commission, half of which is made up of EPP group members. It's official. There's a new commission in town. After a grueling season of nomination hearings and a few last-minute reshuffles, the 27-member cabinet of Jean-Claude Juncker has been approved by the European Parliament. And not a moment too soon. There are a number of burning topics requiring the Commission's attention when it starts its work on November 1st. Using the analogy of international credit ratings, Juncker said the new, far more politically agile Commission would have to pay better attention to the social needs of its citizens in future.
There is a debate surrounding the AAA rating. Everyone loves AAA. I would like the European Union to rediscover and adopt a different kind of AAA. I would like Europe to be a social AAA. The social AAA is as important as the economic and financial AAA.
Juncker said €300 billion earmarked for an investment package aimed at creating jobs and boosting growth was near and dear to his heart. But, he said, it would not be financed by generating new debt, but rather in concert with the private sector, which also bore responsibility for putting people back to work.
The private sector must realize that they also have their role to play. Not only member states are responsible for fighting unemployment. Business bears its own responsibility as well. I call on European business leaders to do all they can to bring about an improvement on the job market through a flow of new investment, which we urgently need to move forward.
Fluss kommt, den wir dringend benötigen, von der Stelle zu kommen.
EPP Group Chairman Manfred Weber said he was eager to get started with the ambitious workload in the new legislative period.
The issues involved are indeed not easy. It's about a stable Europe where we have to follow the rules. It's about growth. And in the next 5 years, it's about the question what Europe is going to do after the years of looking inward at our own problems, now turning our gaze outwards so we can take on the tasks of our time.
It's very much on people's minds these days. Ebola, a disease which knows no borders. How to contain it, treat it, and eventually how to cure it. Here in Strasbourg, lawmakers agree more decisively needs to be done to prevent the latest outbreak in West Africa from spreading to Europe. Time is of the essence. Although a handful of patients with Ebola have been successfully treated in European clinics, more new cases are expected to land on Europe's shores in coming weeks and months. Kristalina Georgieva, outgoing EU Commissioner for Humanitarian Aid and Crisis Response, said with 10,000 cases a week predicted by December, fast work is needed if West African infrastructure is to be spared complete collapse and a global crisis averted.
The longer the epidemics last, not only more people die, but it is hugely destructive for the economies of the affected countries. The World Bank predicts that it would cost $7.5 billion losses this year and up to $25 billion, basically wiping out the economies of the countries in 2015.
Meanwhile, outgoing EU Health Commissioner Tonio Borg said a network of volunteer clinicians with experience in treating Ebola patients would be established for expected future cases in the EU. And he said finding candidate vaccines would also receive a €25 million boost from the EU's innovation budget.
As we know, there are already vaccines being also financed by the European Commission, but we need to accelerate the pace of this approval of the vaccines for human consumption.
EPP Group member Peter Liese, a trained doctor himself, who now is coordinator on the Public Health Committee, said he was shocked at the relatively low amount donated worldwide to fight Ebola so far. He also sent a clear message of hope to those doctors and nurses going down to help, that if they get sick, they will be airlifted back to the EU for treatment.
I heard that people say we should stop any people that are affected by Ebola to come to Europe. But we have the specialized clinic departments, and we can better cure, for example, doctors or nurses that infected themselves. And this is of crucial importance, because who will go to such a crisis region when he doesn't know that somebody will take care of him when he's infected?
Meanwhile, Davor Stier, EPP Group spokesperson in the Development Committee, said it's Ebola that needs to be isolated, but not West Africa.
No preventive measures will be enough if we do not contain the Ebola outbreak in Western Africa. The focus should be in helping Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea to contain this Ebola crisis, and that's the best way to keep safe our citizens in Europe.
That's all from Strasbourg. See you again soon in Brussels. And find out more about the largest political force in Parliament and the Commission by going to eppgroup.eu. Thanks for looking in.